Hello, and thank you for joining Newgen's webinar on adding human touch to online account opening. My name is Michael Fondesi, and I'm on Newgen's products and solutions team that focuses specifically on our banking solutions. Just a very quick brief for anybody that's not familiar with Newgen so far. We are a 29-year-old software company that provides solutions across many verticals, but we have a key focus on banking solutions. We are global organizations with clients across 70 countries, but here in the US, our US clients are served from our two offices here, with our headquarters being in McLean, Virginia, which is in the Washington, D.C. area, as well as the Tampa, Florida office, which is where I'm located. Plus, we have several people working from their home offices throughout the country as well. In terms of our banking solutions, Newgen has several solutions utilized by financial institutions, including online account opening, consumer lending, commercial lending, as well as for other internal purposes. Of course, today we're going to be talking specifically about our online account opening solution, but we want to be able to also highlight the importance of incorporating human touch in this digital process and show how we are doing that now. So we've certainly seen a lot of changes over the past year, especially. The COVID pandemic has really accelerated change through many aspects of business, forcing businesses and financial institutions to rapidly cope with the new and more pressing demand for access to products through a digital platform. Even prior to COVID, what had transpired and what had transpired over the last year, we as a culture really, of course, have evolved to expect only the best in our customer experiences. Younger adults today have only really ever known a time where they have top-notch customer experience and on-demand digital delivery of products that they want. So it has been a challenge for financial institutions to strike that balance of being able to efficiently and effectively continue to do business while also maintaining adequate safety measures in this environment of rapid change. Many financial institutions may have already started down the path of digital transformation prior to COVID, while others were kind of forced into accelerating their digital transformation journey. In this acceleration of digitally converting processes, it's really important to not lose sight of the fact that customers still expect a high level of care and human touch when they might encounter some type of problem during their customer experience. And having that well-developed ability to interact and have a responsive way, a human way to interact and assist with customers really goes a long way into building loyalty. And that's kind of along the lines of what we want to be able to talk about here today, and how Newgen has partnered with Glia to further enhance its banking solutions, which is going to really help to add human touch to an already established online account opening solution. This will provide further value to our financial institution clients, and this partnership with Glia, Newgen will be able to incorporate features such as chat, voice and video assistance, and even co-browsing. So for the next couple of slides, I just wanted to be able to kind of briefly examine some of the thoughts and sentiments that are there, along with some supporting statistics, as well as some of the impacts that you might expect to see when incorporating a human touch into your account opening process. So just a few quotes that we've been able to collate that are publicly available out there. The first is that many customers still want a human-to-human interaction. Certainly, we've all been there as a customer where we have experienced some type of issue in a process while we're trying to get a product or a service. And when we seek out for some help, a lot of times we're kind of roadblocked by maybe a page of FAQs, maybe an email address, which is going to just have a long response time, or even a customer service number, which is going to be associated with some type of delay, maybe some wait when you're trying to get some assistance. But having that ability to interact with a human being, to be able to get some help or assistance when you're having a problem really makes a huge difference in the experience that you have as a customer. Another quote from Forbes that also provides some data that supports the approach of having that human interaction in the customer journey is that interactions that include co-browsing show customer satisfaction rates that are more than 6 points higher than average. So you can see that there is almost a 90% satisfaction rate in instances where co-browsing is an option. So having that capability there to very easily be able to show, explain, and then also instantly see feedback and guidance really makes a huge difference. The third quote here, along with some additional data that is provided in a report that's been published by PricewaterhouseCoopers, is that 32% of all customers would stop doing business with a brand that they loved after one bad experience. And I think that's something that really resonates with a lot of people. I feel like most of us have been there with a particular business, store, organization, whatever it is, where we were engaged with them, we had some type of a bad experience, and it was enough that we would not want to return to them. And keep in mind that this number is referring to customers that have an established relationship or loyalty. So certainly that number of customers that would not return when their very first experience isn't what they would expect. It's certainly going to be much higher than that. Now, through the account opening process, a lot of times this is a financial institution's very first interaction with the new customer. So it's incredibly important to have that well-organized process that really facilitates the ease of onboarding new accounts and also serves kind of as a jumping off point for a new customer relationship. Now, what kind of impact can you expect to see when incorporating this human touch into the online accounting process using live chat, live voice, or co-browsing? At a high level here, we can see that there's kind of three main points of impact. So obviously, one of the main goals here is to increase customer satisfaction. So having that ability to very rapidly assist customers when they're having a problem and being able to help them better understand the process should they happen to encounter an issue, that really helps to build and foster these new relationships with the financial institution. Along with that, of course, is the improvement on the service efficiency. So really having that ability to assist a customer without requiring that they walk into a branch physically is really a huge deal. A lot of people are opting to open an account online already simply because they don't want to have what they perceive as that inconvenience of having to physically come into a branch. So really eliminating any confusion or quickly providing guidance right there on the same screen without having to leave. That capability really has a tremendous impact on the customer experience. Finally, we can see that all of this will certainly help lead to increased volume. So having that quick human responsive means of assisting customers will help reduce abandonment rates and overall really provide a better customer experience, which will then help lead to an increased customer retention and help foster a better start to a new relationship. All of this certainly does add up to a better return on investment in these technologies that financial institutions are investing into to be able to better serve their customers in a digital environment. Now let me take a moment just to provide a high-level overview of Newgen's online account opening solution. And keeping in mind that Newgen has established a partnership with GLIA, which is a platform that is there to help banks and credit unions reinvent how they support customers in a digital world. So through the capabilities such as chat, phone, voice chat, as well as co-browsing, this pairing of Newgen and GLIA will really help financial institutions accelerate their customer acquisition, optimize costs, reduce abandonment rates throughout the customer onboarding process. So starting from the left here, you can see that Newgen's solution is omni-channel and cross-channel. So this means that applications can be started through any channel that you want to offer. So easily, applications can be started at home using a laptop or desktop. But if necessary, applications can also be stopped in progress, and it allows the applicant to go ahead and jump channels. So maybe they start at home on their computer, they run out of time or they get distracted, something comes up. They'd be able to come back and resume the application, maybe pick up their cell phone and then resume the application without losing any of their progress. Now, one of the goals of the solution is to make the process as frictionless as possible. So in terms of gathering the information, we do leverage different integration touch points to be able to pre-fill as much data as we can, so really reduce that manual entry, saves time, it makes it a better experience for the customer. So for example, we can use online banking. So we can allow the applicant to go ahead, log in using their online banking credentials, and it'll just pre-fill all the data in for them. And they can just really easily and pretty quickly go through, select any additional accounts that they would like, and then complete the process. Another method we can use is a driver's license extraction. So to be able to go ahead, upload a picture of the driver's license, or if they're using their cell phone or tablet, they could snap that picture in real time and then just extract all the data from the driver's license, pre-fill it into the application to just really reduce that manual data entry. Now, as they're going through the process of entering information, maybe selecting products, selecting features of those different products, if there's a problem, a question that they have, something that might not understand, of course, we're going to be able to see how we can leverage that integration with GLIA to be able to provide some human assistance in a really rapid manner for them. Now, throughout the process, we do leverage other integration touch points to do things like ID verification and eligibility. So certainly we're able to leverage systems like the various credit bureaus for out-of-wallet questions. For ID verification, we can use check systems, Deluxe. We can also use newer systems like Ideology, Socure for the verification as well. When it comes to the funding, we have all the various funding methods available. So whether that is a credit or debit card, ACH transfer, we can integrate with financial data aggregators like Yodlee or Plaid to be able to fund the account through an external institution really easily. And there's a lot of interest now out there for being able to leverage payment gateways like Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, Samsung, all of those. So all of those can also be incorporated into Newgen's solution as well. When it comes to the back office portion of the process here, where your internal users would work, this is all built on our BPM platform, our business process management platform, where your users will be able to log into the system and very easily be able to see any of the accounts that have been submitted. If they needed to perform any review, check on information, follow up with any applicants, it makes it really easy for them throughout the interface. As part of the solution, we do have our built-in real-time monitoring dashboard. So all of the data that's captured throughout the entire process, all the actions by all the users, whether they're applicants or internal users, everything's being recorded in the audit trail. And all of that data is able to be used for reporting purposes. So really able to have that full insight into the entire process to kind of analyze and make improvements and really understand what's going on. Now towards the end, we're able to leverage integration with the core. So this is a real-time bi-directional relationship. So we can fund the account in real time, we can push the data to the core in real time, and we're able to have that account opened really immediately. So all that data will be pushed over, and we can also leverage Newgen's built-in rules engine to present any cross-sell or upsell opportunities that might be there. So maybe in the process, you've kind of determined that they might qualify for maybe a personal loan while they're opening a checking account. So you can go ahead, present that offer to them, and if they decide to take it, they wouldn't have to fill out a complete separate application. We've already captured a lot of the data we would need, so we can kind of just move that forward. So it makes it really easy for the applicant to go ahead and accept that offer. So now here you can see a little bit of a sneak peek at what this looks like when we're talking about kind of incorporating some human assistance into the process here. So there's clear on-screen guidance from the financial institution's user for chat, voice, video, co-browsing. You're able to see easily if you opt for video chat. You can see this here. The chat's very clear and open there for the customer applicant to see. You have visibility into the operator. If you want to do the co-browse, you can see exactly where their cursor is, what they're doing, and then vice versa. The operator or bank user, credit union user would be able to see exactly what the customer is doing here. So just kind of a quick sneak peek into that. And if you just bear with me for a moment here, we'll be able to jump into a live demonstration. So just let me transfer over to my browser if you can bear with me for one moment. Okay, so here I've opened up our demonstration application. So if you kind of want to envision you have an applicant that's navigated to your website and they haven't quite yet decided which accounts that they want to apply for yet. But as a best practice, right at the top of the process, we're going to go ahead and present some basic details that they're going to need to be able to complete the process. So things like an address, phone number, an ID, a funding method. The idea is that we don't want them to have to stop the process once they start, just to really help reduce abandonment rate. They'll be able to start it and then complete it kind of in one sitting here. Down below, we do ask if they are an existing online banking customer, which if they were, they'd be able to just easily go ahead, enter the online banking credentials, and this will just pre-fill the application for them. So they wouldn't have to fill all that data out manually. We already have that information on hand, so it makes it really easy for them to proceed. For the demonstration, we'll go ahead and proceed as if we are a new customer. So once I say no, we do ask for a zip code here just to kind of determine if they fall within our market area. Here we're asking for a zip code, but really keep in mind as you're looking at this, Newgen's system is completely configurable. So we're able to change the look and the feel, incorporate different fields that you feel should be important that would be there. So if you want to ask different type of eligibility questions besides the zip code, if you want to have questions ordered in a different manner, the screens ordered in a different manner, all that's possible. So just keep that in mind as we're moving through a little bit here. Now at my next page, we're going to start to capture the selected products for the applicant. And right at the top, just to kind of highlight, we do have that milestone view. So the applicant knows where they're at in the process, how far they have to go. So they're not sitting here wondering, how much longer is this going to take? They'll have that full visibility as they're moving through. Now let's say I would like to have a checking product on my application. Once I click on that, you're gonna be able to see that we do utilize the screen space here. So since I'm on a laptop, and we'll just be able to kind of have a side-by-side presentation of the details about each product. So any opening deposits, monthly maintenance fees, anything like that, you'll be able to pretty clearly and easily see. So maybe at this point, as I'm the customer, I don't really know what I want to pick here. So if you look over here on the bottom right, we do have a Let's Talk icon. And once I click on this, I'd be able to see any of the bank users that are logged into the system that would be available to assist me. Here I can see that Ankur is available. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And then once I click on Ankur's name, I'd be able to select how I'd like to communicate with them. So if I would like to use video, I have that option. I have also the option for audio through the computer. I can give him my phone number and have him call me, or I can just go ahead and start chatting with him right on the screen. So let me go ahead and select the chat option. And you can see Ankur is connecting right now. So let me move over to my Glia screen, and you can see visitor is calling, and I'll be able to answer the session. So here I'm logged into the Glia interface as Ankur. And let me kind of move my screen around a little bit here so we can try our best to see both of them at the same time. So I'm logged in on this one. And just bear with me for a moment if I get out of full screen, and then I'll be able to move this over. There we go. So now here on Ankur screen, you can see that I am able to view exactly what the customer is seeing. I can even see exactly where their mouse is at. So if I come back over here to this screen, as I'm moving it around, you can see this is updating in real time. I can see their screen. I can see what they're hovering over, what they're clicking on. On Ankur's side, I can go ahead and start chatting with the customer. We do have pre-built templates here for responses, so we can go ahead and enter those as well. On this side here, you can see that I have any of the messages from Ankur. I haven't provided any information yet for myself, so if I want, I can go ahead and enter my data in as well, because we haven't captured it yet. If Ankur was using a voice chat, I would see him here. we have the options for video, voice. I can let him know that I'm not sure what I want here. So I can see the chat here on both sides very quickly and easily to be able to communicate with the applicant. So let's say the applicant's going through here and I can tell them, yeah, you know, maybe for your needs, you should probably select the gold checking account. So I can go over here, continue on to the next page. As I'm moving through, I have the option here on Newgen's solution to continue to fill in the personal details with a driver's license extraction. So I can do that here. Let me upload an existing image I have on my laptop. And then once I do that, so you can see it's going to pre-fill all of my data here that it's able to capture from the driver's license. And of course, you're able to see this all updated in real time on the GLIA side. And so maybe as I'm moving through here, my customer encounters a few more questions, they're not really sure. And I could also, on the GLIA side, say, hey, you know what, instead of chatting, let me just actually talk to you. So I can go ahead, I can enable a two-way conversation. I have the option on the customer side to say, hey, do you want to use the computer audio? Do you want to use phone? I'm not going to be able to necessarily show you that with the feedback issue we might experience here, kind of recording on two sides here. Otherwise, I can also show you that we have the option to start a video chat. So once I start a video chat from the GLIA platform, I can give the applicant the option to also participate in the video chat, or it can just be a one-way communication. So if I want to start this here, let me go ahead and switch back over to the customer side. And hi, everybody. You can see that I'm able to just quickly and easily provide the video chat. I can sit here, talk the customer through, you know, what they might want to click on, any missing information that they have, any issues that they have through the application, they'd be able to help them out with that. I want to also be able to show you that we do have the co-browsing feature, of course, as part of this. So this is a very powerful tool that would be able to help be there to be able to help customers as they're moving through this. So if I want to click on the GLIA side, Anchor clicks the co-browsing offer. On the customer side, I can see that, hey, Anchor has offered to co-browse. Do you want to accept or decline? So now I can accept this. So let me go back to the GLIA platform. And then from here, you can see that when my mouse on my local machine is controlling the GLIA interface, it's automatically reflecting on the customer screen, which is on the left. So I can go ahead and control the customer screen with their permission. I can easily point out any details that they might be missing here. Maybe a phone number is missing. I can go ahead and start helping them out here. So if I want to ask, hey, you know, which phone number would you like here? Would you want like me to enter it? So I can do that myself. Once I enter it there, I can help them with that. Also wanted to kind of show that between Newgen and GLIA, we are able to map certain fields that you would like to keep secure. So here, if I go over to my social security number side, maybe I want to, let me actually scroll here. And let's operate from the customer side, but let me also do it so we can see the social security number on both ends. So here you can see on the left side, I can see where Anker's cursor is, and I can see where my cursor is. If I want to click on the social security number, and maybe I want to fill that out myself as the customer, I can start typing that in, but you can see that even when I'm typing it in on my side, we've kept that field masked on the GLIA side. So we are able to map those certain fields that are sensitive data-wise that you want to keep kind of concealed there. So even though I can see and control the customer screen from the GLIA side, I can't see the full security number. I can only see the last 4 digits. So any data that you would like to keep masked would be there, would be masked. So you can kind of see as we're moving through this, how we're really able to help the customers through the application process without having to, while incorporating that human touch into the process. So that's all the features I'd like to be able to show there. So we kind of walked through a few instances there of having that human touch where I'm able to have a rapid and instant chat capability. I have the option to also offer a voice chat. So right there, live from the customer screen, I could talk to them. I can even offer to go ahead and call them if they would prefer that method. And then of course, that strong capability that's there for being able to provide that co-browsing feature as well, which is a strong tool that can really help customers without having to require them to take extra steps like coming into the branch, for example. You can have that really that real capability that's there to help them out. So thank you for joining Newgen's webinar on our online account opening, adding human touch. Thank you.